a little bit, but there wasn't much time for any of that. Always baking and cooking, you know, and a lot of work, yeah.
Did you always have enough food to eat?
Yes. Yeah, we were on the farm there, and we had all of our fruit trees. And we had our chickens and eggs and our milk and the cream, and made our butter.
Oh, yeah.
And raised our beef and the hogs. So it's a good thing we were on a farm then to have all of that, I guess.
Yeah.
During the Depression years.
Well, that was when the Depression was on, right?
Yeah, coming out, let's see, in the 20s. That very bad Depression.
Mm-hmm. Did that affect you guys that much?
Well, the Depression, it was hard to make the money. It was hard to get $1, but Dad still logged.
Mm-hmm.
We were still logging, and brought the money in that way.
Yeah.
I don't remember how much they paid, $1,000 now.
Yeah.
But yes, it was fair.
Well, who took over when your mom died? Who kind of took over when your mom died? Who was the youngest child?
Oh, when Mom passed away, Gladys and Howard were married then, and Daddy had them move in on the place, you know, on our home place.
Okay.
And take care of Delbert and Geneva and Winnie.
Oh, okay.
Because I'd left home, let's see, at 20, I left home.
Oh, did you, at age 20?
21, maybe.
Okay.
And they moved in there. And then Gladys finally moved to Wallowa, and Howard moved off the place, and Daddy got another party in.
Oh.
Kind of wrecked it, you know.
Uh-huh.
And then I think Dad lived there 2-3 years after I went to work and left. And then he went to Idaho. Took Delbert.
Idaho.
Yeah, he took Delbert and Geneva over there.
Okay, and what did he do over there?
He worked in whatever kind of work you could get on. He worked at an airport one time, helped fixing it up, and he taught school there a little bit there that I didn't know much about until Delbert was here.
Oh, was that right?
Yes, I didn't know he taught. And Esther, his wife, says, "Well, I went to school with your dad." I said, "To school?" I didn't know he taught school, but he did teach over there, 3rd and 4th grade.
Huh.
And then he worked in the airport, and then he worked in a gold mine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have a sample of gold that he sent me in there, years ago.
Huh.
He sure did a lot of things.
Sounds like it.
He's pretty handy, different work.
Huh.
And
who were you closer to?
Then Delbert. Richard raised Delbert, I think. Yeah, when he was about, what, 8 or 9 years old or 10. Then Richard took Delbert. And Geneva for a while.
Okay.
But then we found a place, Geneva found a place, her dad helped find a place closer to a high school where she could go. Genesee, Idaho is the name of the place. Genesee or Lenora, Idaho.
Oh.
Now, and she graduated from there.
Okay.
And
so you graduated from high school too?
I didn't.
No. When did you drop out of school?
8th grade, I guess.
8th grade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there was no high schools out where we lived in Promise.
Oh, there wasn't.
30 miles to Wallowa was the closest school, yeah.
Okay.
But I read up quite a little bit since then.
Oh, yeah.
But, I tried to.
Sure.
And,
let's before we move too forward too quickly. Let's try to remember some of the little stories. You remember a time of a cougar tracking, was it Geneva?
Oh, Gladys.
Gladys?
Oh,
Tell me about what that was all about.
Oh, yeah, when we lived down on the coast, Coquille, when there was brush all around then, before everything was logged off. Well, Dad made a little harness for Gladys to pull a little sled, a harness. She always liked to play horse, you know. Tugs and ropes, she'd pull a little sled. And one day, she wandered off, the folks said, out in the underbrush. He didn't have to go very far to wander off there. And anyhow, she got out there, and when she come running in the house, she kind of fell on the doorsteps, and Mom said, "What's the matter?" And I guess Dad too, he was there. You know, she said, "I saw the biggest old cat, Mom. The biggest old cat." He looked me in the eye, and he just wagged his tail back and forth like that, just looking at me. And she tried to tear off the harness, I guess, out there. I don't know if she ever got out of it, but she come running in, back home. That old cougar staring at her. "What is that?" Probably wagging his tail. "Would that be good eating?" Or what should I do? Can you imagine the old cougar looking at you like that? Wow. Dad says, "I know what was wrong. It was one of them big cougars. Because a lot of them in the Umpqua and all around then before they were killed off, you know. A lot of them down in that country."
Wow.
And we had a special man that trailed cougars, you know. He had cougar hounds. That happened in the evening. And next morning, Dad said to the man, "Let's go see if we find that cougar." And they did get on his trail, tried to track him, but the dogs give out. They thought he was too big or too big a feat to tackle. They wouldn't follow him. Ooh. And they wouldn't have no more to do with him. So I guess they give up. Something happened. They didn't want to trail. Almost lost sister there.
Wow.
Oh my. I tell you, parents talked about that. Yeah, they were in the wild days when there were panthers. We had black panthers down there too. Panthers?
You did?
Yeah, we saw a black one one time.
Wow.
And a cougar, they're a little different, I guess, a little bit.
Huh.
But that was pretty scary for sister.
Any other
and
stories like that you can remember of any kids?
I remember Dad caught a big salmon once, a great big salmon. I guess he threw it away out in the yard, in the backyard.
Yeah.
And as kids went out there, I was so scared of that big salmon. Didn't know what in the world to think about that thing. I don't know why I was so scared of that salmon. And we used to Daddy bought us a farm wagon. The farm wagons, I don't know if it was a pretty good sized wagon you pull. And we used to go into Coquille. We lived out, I don't know, half a mile from Coquille. We'd go in and get groceries a lot of times, fill out the farm wagon, pull it home. Mom and I. And I guess Dad, if he wasn't away working. But us three older ones, Gladys and Clarence and I, we had quite a lot of power to pull that, so we always liked to pull the wagon. And on an old plank road, plank road.
Plank road?
Plank, made out of planks, yeah, can you imagine?
Wow.
Every time, bang, 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 bang. We used to have a neighbor down below. He'd ride his horse into town. He had a black horse. He was a pacer. I don't know if you ever heard of a pacer. A pacer. Their feet hit different. I can't explain just how, but he'd hit them planks, you know, that horse.